I am turning 40 after spending most of my adult life living with chronic illness, chronic pain and fatigue, and losing pretty much all of my 20s to being very unwell. My 20s and my early 30s were just struggling to survive. And things have started to get better in my 30s. And now, this year at 39, I have done things that I never could have dreamed of. And I'm at a point where I am nowhere near normal, but my quality of life is so good that I am so thankful, and I'm starting to do things that I have always dreamed of. And going, like coming up to a milestone birthday, you start to think and take stock of everything. And the whole goal of this YouTube channel is to share what helps me in case it helps you, because I don't want anyone stuck where I was. Like, I spent too long gaslit, undertreated, underdiagnosed. It was just awful. And so here we kind of talk about everything now. We talk about my journey, we talk about chronic illness, we talk about lots of things, because life is not ever just one track. So let me get into it. I'm going to share 40 things I've learned as I am turning 40. 40 is a lot of things, so I don't want to go into detail for everything, because we could be here for a very long time. So if there's anything that particularly interests you, then let me know in the comments, and then I'll do my best to answer. So number one, and I think the most important thing as a person living with chronic illness for a very long time that I would love everybody to know, is that you are your own hero. No doctor or other medical professional is coming in on that white horse to save you. More often than not, we are going to be dealing with doctors who don't really know what they're doing and don't really want to take us seriously. And that sucks. I can't believe it is still that way. So the way that the number one thing that I have done to improve myself is that I have taken control. I said, this is my life, this is my body, and I am going to push. And so that's it. Number one, you are your hero. Number two, life rarely goes the way you plan, and sometimes that's a gift. I mean, I am on a detour that I didn't expect, and it has been hard but wonderful. Number three, chronic illness can take a lot, but it also teaches resilience. I really do think that I have learned a lot of very valuable values because of my chronic illness, because I've had to slow down, because I've been exposed to these other things that I wouldn't have otherwise. Number four, pacing, rest, and boundaries aren't weakness, they are wisdom. Oh, how long this has taken me to learn. Pacing, rest, and boundaries. Everybody has a level of ability, and everybody needs to stick to it or they are going to burn out. And so many people are burning out even without chronic illness. Pacing, rest, and boundaries are just absolute wisdom. Number five, people who stay when life gets messy, they're the treasures. Number six, comparison steals joy. Look, it is so easy to be like, why do they get it so easy, right? Or why are they complaining? They don't even have chronic illness. Like, things are not as hard for them. And yeah, it's annoying. And yes, we should sometimes be like, fine, I'm going to wallow a little bit. But then we need to move on and try and look at the positive, because otherwise we'll be stuck there. And the only person who loses in that place is us. Number seven, being a cheerleader for others brings joy. And this is actually something I'm working on right now. I am working on purposely wishing others success and doing my absolute best to do any little thing I can to make things easier for them, because it does bring you joy. And I guess there's 100 things to say about that, but we need to move on because we're in the middle of a list of 40. Number eight, celebrating the small wins, because they all matter. And sometimes what we think is a small win isn't very small. Number nine, creativity heals in a way medicine never can. Expressing my creativity brings joy. And sometimes, and I had to learn a big lesson about what that can mean. I'm not going to be sitting up and painting a masterpiece. I'm not visually great at that sort of thing, but I can spend a few minutes doing some coloring, and so it's all those little things and reshaping what we're thinking, but little bits of creativity can bring joy, certainly. 10, if you think you can, you will, as long as you accept it might look different to what you imagined. So that's about being willing to be flexible. And I talk about this a lot. You can achieve a lot of the goals you had maybe before you were chronically ill or even after, but they have to be adapted. And there are very few things that can't be adapted. I mean, I've managed to adapt writing books to my ability. So if you think you can and you're willing to be flexible, you will. And kind of feeding on from this is number 11, start and then keep going. That's it. That's the secret. So for example, I have something like 5,500 subscribers on this YouTube channel, and that's not because I did anything fancy. It's because I started it and I kept going. That's it. I started and I kept going. Same with my books. I created a book. You start the process and you keep going, even through setbacks. I mean, finding my own pace book took me 2 years to get through, and I started and I stopped and whatever. I kept going, and that's how it works. Number 12, your body deserves kindness even when it feels like it's betrayed you. One of my best mindset shifts was when I realized that my body wasn't my enemy, that I didn't need to be disassociated from my body because it was just this thing that caused me pain. We are kind of all one, and when we can give ourselves kindness, our body does very good work for us. My body made 4 children for me. Number 13, there's always something we can do to serve others even when we're struggling, and one small act of kindness can have giant results. That's always been kind of my mission. There's a saying, if even one person has breathed easier because you have lived, is a success. I think that's Ralph Waldo Emerson, wildly misquoted. But I have always sought to do what I can to help others, and I think that is a really positive mindset to have, and I think that brings back benefits to us as well. 14, slowing down can reveal the beauty you missed in rushing. Look, I had to learn to slow down a long time ago, and people are starting to catch on to it. Let's slow down and smell the roses or watch the tui in the tree. 15, friendship in adulthood requires intention, but they're worth it. I had a rough time when I was younger. I was bullied so badly that I had to leave school, and I was very nervous for a while of friends. And as I've gotten older, it's been quite difficult because when you have chronic illness and then you have 4 kids, it's not conducive to friendships. But I have a few people now in my life who I love and I get on with well, and then when we both fall off the radar because we're busy or not well, then we just pick it back up again when we're finished, and those people are the treasures. 16, joy can coexist with pain. I should say can and should coexist with pain, but anyway, joy can coexist with pain. It's not either or. 17, you don't have to explain your boundaries or the things you need to do to manage your health to anyone. This is 40 learnings I have, but I'm really in the middle of this one. But I'm getting better at this, and I think it's to do with as I've gotten better, I feel less vulnerable and more able to enforce these, which is really sad, right? Because when we're sicker, we need it more. But you don't have to explain your boundaries to anyone, and what you need to do to manage your health, that's your choice. And guess what? Even if someone else thinks that you could do something or you're choosing not to, we don't have to explain it. It's up to us. I come across that all the time. I have a couple of people in my life, particularly someone very close to me, and they'll say, oh, you could do it, but you won't. And I'm like, no, I don't have to explain this to you because you're never going to understand it. And maybe I could do it, but I would suffer. And I don't need to suffer. I spent enough time suffering. I'm choosing what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to explain it anymore, even though I'm still explaining it. 18, it's okay to grieve the life you imagined and also love the one you have. I feel like there's this and space that we need to occupy, and this is part of it. You can grieve the life you imagined and you can grieve your limits, but you can also love what you have and be grateful for what you have. 19, your pace doesn't have to match anyone else's. No one's should be the same anyway. 20, self-compassion changes everything. And I guess that goes back to Your body deserves kindness. Self-compassion changes everything. 21, good enough really is enough. We need to stop chasing perfection. Good enough is enough. 22, owning your story gives others permission to own theirs. I can't tell you how many times someone has said to me something along the lines of, you know, you telling your story makes me kind of feel less alone, or makes me realize, or makes me want to tell someone or ask for help or whatever. Like, it's like sharing stories together and hearing other people's experiences gives us permission to do those things we need to do. 23, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is rest. Oh my gosh, yes. Sometimes it's not easy to need to rest all the time, and sometimes it can feel really brave to be like, nope, gotta rest. 24, people won't always understand, but the right people will. 25, faith, hope, or belief in something bigger than yourself can keep you going. Yeah, I can attest to this. Absolutely, 100%. If you get too introspective and think only of what you're experiencing, it can be quite hard to keep yourself going emotionally. It is hard living with chronic illness, and it is hard, especially when you're right in a deep dark flare and you think, oh, this might not end, right? So being able to zoom out and have that bigger view of something has been helpful for me. Okay, so we're up to 26 of the 40 things I have learned as I'm turning 40. Our faith can stand up to questions and doubts, and it won't always look like everyone else's. Now, I understand not everyone has any kind of faith, and all of our faith expressions are going to be different, so I'm not trying to talk to anyone about what they should believe. But what I have found, and an important learning for me, is that my faith and my God can stand up to my questions and my doubts, and I'm allowed to have them, and I'm allowed to wrestle with it. And what I'm finding is that my beliefs won't always look like everyone else's, and that is okay. 27, life at 40 or 30 or 25 doesn't have to look like anyone else's, right? Like, just because other people are doing X, Y, or Z, you know, all in the right order, doesn't mean it's right or wrong. 28, it's okay to want more and still be grateful. This is another one of those ands, right? You can be grateful for where you are, you can be grateful for how far you've improved, but it's also okay to want more, you know, to be wanting to improve more, or whatever that is. 29, small steps add up. Oh my gosh, yes they do. Tiny steps add up. 30, oh, this is a hard one. Healing isn't linear. I wish it was. I wish it was. My journey from like the beginning hasn't been like this. It's been like this. Yeah. 31, it's okay to ask for help. If you've got someone there, you can ask, I know, but it's okay to ask for help. 32, you're allowed to love what you like and like what you like, even if it's the color pink. Oh, I have struggled with this. So I love pink. I'm obsessed. And I spent a long time kind of being told, whether implicitly or explicitly, that grown-ups don't like pink. Just like what you like and love what you love. That's it. That's what I'm doing. 33, life is too short for books that don't resonate. DNF and move on. No review required. Something I believe strongly in is that if a book is not for me, I'm going to not finish it, and I'm also going to just not review it. Because if it wasn't for me, what is the point in reviewing it? Because the people who read reviews are the people who hopefully are the right people for that book. Anyway. 34, children are the most precious gift, and they have so much to teach us. It has been the challenge of my life, making 4 children, but man, they have changed my world and my view, and I really am so grateful that I got to make them. 35, life is short, drink the coffee you love. Oh yes. I'm not even allowed that much coffee because it upsets my stomach, but that coffee I have each day, whew, I love it so much. 36, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's connection. Honest, vulnerable connections are just so valuable, and I think that that's worth pursuing. I would rather have a couple of honest, vulnerable friendships than a group of people, but maybe that's just because I'm an introvert. Where am I up to? 37. The right story, song, or movement can shift everything. 38. Movement of the right kind is medicine. Our bodies are made to move in whatever way that is available to us in our context at the time. But when we get it right, it's like medicine. 39, watch the social media creep and only follow, watch and like accounts that lift you up. So I have a hard line of, if my nervous system is getting triggered, I'm out. I don't follow anything that's going to trigger me or upset me. And number 40, turning 40 is not the end of something. It's the beginning of everything still to come. And this might be very easy for me because I am just starting. Like, my world is just opening up. This is the first year that I have felt like I can chase my goals. This is the first year I haven't been profoundly unwell in my entire adult life. So for me, looking ahead at 40 is like looking ahead like at an exciting new horizon. And I am so excited. And I am excited about the next phase. And I think we should try to retain that little joy. I know everyone gets all down about aging, but I'm just grateful. I'm grateful I can age. There was a time where I thought really genuinely that I was going to either be stuck like that or I wouldn't be lasting very long. So those are my 40 learnings for turning 40. Let me know if anything resonated with you. Let me know if you have any kind of questions and wanted to go deeper into any of the points. But thank you for being here. I am so, so grateful to be here, to be doing this journey with you. I have a YouTube membership that I've just turned on. So if you want to jump in and support me in the channel, you get new videos first, and you can get exclusive member videos. So jump over and have a look at that. And my book, Finding My Own Pace, is out now. And that's all my learnings of chronic illness, all in one edited place. It's out now, which is very exciting. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see you soon.